Hello, my name is Bianco. In this video we will have a look at a folding knife from Ozark Trail that is currently sold by Walmart. It's a bit hit and miss. Some Walmarts have it, some Walmarts don't here in USA. So the axis lock is special on this folding knife. So the patent on that design did expire. And now pretty much everybody gonna make similar locking mechanisms, and the Ozark Trail is no exception. So they had some models there with axis lock, and I think this one was the most interesting with all the features and all that. So packaging is the usual shell packaging. We see there a 7-inch folding knife and some more informations. It has a plastic on the tip of the knife so it would not stab through. That is already gone. There we have some more information as well as the number. They don't use any names on those knives, so basically it's the 7-inch folding knife number 6842, as we see here on that sticker there. Surprisingly, I did not find it on the Walmart website either. So again, it's a bit of hit and miss if you can get it or not. That some have it, some stores don't. But that is how that is. Maybe they were already sold out. Anyway, what we have is a simple folding knife with really interesting features for about $5.99, something like that, under $6. Maybe if you can get it on sale, it's even lower than that. But for the price, it's absolute amazing value. So we're gonna have a look about the features and the quality, of course, too. This is made in China, so and for $6 in the price range, we cannot expect too much, but it does pretty well. So what we have is a blade, a spear point blade with a little bit of belly there, a drop, pretty nice done hollow grind in genuine Chinesium. They did not tell anything about the steel. It's quite likely a lower grade stainless steel with a stone washed finish. We still see a bit grinding marks on it, but the grinding lines are surprisingly well done, except by the tip there. We see the line is a little bit lower. Here it's the same, but that doesn't affect the cutting either. We have a little bit of a swedge on top there. One hand opening studs. We also have a flipper here that acts like a guard. Then of course the copy or the axis lock. Basically a lock bar design with 2 springs, as we know it from Benchmade for a long time. We have black polymer scales that are a bit blocky, not rounded off that much, but it's surprisingly well fits in the hand and is not that uncomfortable. It's a G10 looking simple plastic affair. Nice screwed together design. We have here for the pocket clip that you can put the pocket clip on the other side of the handle if you want. So there is that cutout. We have a lanyard hole too, and of course on the other side we have the pocket clip, deep carry clip. We see the bender is over further than the handle. Is amazing, so you get it really deep in the pocket. Clip has a good tension, regular stainless finish, nothing special. And as we close it, we simply have to pull the bar back. So this part here is moving as usual with the axis lock, spring loaded. Quite a good strong spring, and that is how it looks closed. It's a medium-sized pocket knife. In that regard, relative light. We have stainless steel liners, yes, in the screw together design. Rather smooth and well stone washed, rounded off corners there, and of course here we have now the flipper that acts in this position as a flipper, and as it is open as a guard. Now I have to reach around the camera, so as I flip it, it may not work 100%. Yes, it did. So basically like this you can open it. You can also of course use the thumb studs on the left or right side. So the knife is basically ambi for left hand use as well. You can switch the pocket clip. You have the axis lock that is on both sides. You have the thumb studs that are on both sides, and of course the flipper is in the middle, so you can use that with either hand. So yeah, all in all, really nice. What is the negative? Of course, made in China, Chinesium, unknown steel, unknown Rockwell hardness, out of the box. It for sure helps if you gonna resharpen it. This one I did already resharpen. It was not that bad out of the box, this example, but some examples are relative rough. I saw that I always look at about 3 or 4 different of the same models and select the one that I like the best, say that the handle and the blade is straight, and some had quite some stamping marks over here. For whatever reason, this one not. So if you can select the best out of like 3, that would be great. What is bad? The manufacturing of the tang there, the round part that rubs over the axis lock is relative rough, so that action here you have a lot of friction. Of course it needs oil. Out of the box you can oil it so that gets smoother, but again for $6 who cares, you know. You can always take it apart and re-smooth it if you want, but what was the most negative out of the box, the screw on the blade was too tight adjusted, so you could not flip it, so you needed to adjust it, and it has a simple barrel design in the middle, so there are 2 Torx bits or screwdrivers needed to be able to adjust the tension, because otherwise it just spin around, and they just screw it together and finish in China. They did not adjust it that works. So that was the most negative. Second negative, there is quite likely no Loctite whatsoever, so those screws here, those 2 screws for the clip, were already loose out of the box. If I would not have tightened it down, that would be the first what would get lost. So yeah, it's a bit mixed, but if you can fix a little bit something up, like with a screwdriver, with resharpening, with oil, Loctite, then you are pretty well off. For me personally, if I would use the thumb stud and not the flipper, we have here a relative flat, relative tight together, so I would quite likely use a file and get off a bit of that edge, a file or a Dremel, whatever you want, just to have it a bit rounded off, of course, on both sides, so that you actually can easier push it and open it up. That is a bit what I would do. Now, is that worth it? You decide. For $6. It would be, of course, not for the collection. It's just a using knife. It would be also a great knife for somebody that maybe get its first knife, or don't have many knives, maybe you want to have one in the car or in a tackle box or something like that by the tools. For that purpose, once it's a little bit adjusted and fixed up, that is really nice, especially for $6. I wish we had such quality, design, feature-rich products back then as I did grow up, but that was a complete different story. So it's amazing that you can go and get a $6 knife with all the features like this for that price, and you maybe work on it for 5-10 minutes, resharpening, oiling, adjusting the screws, and put a bit Loctite on it, and then you are good to go. So again, another amazing value from Ozark Trail. It's not going to replace higher quality products, of course, but it gets the pocket knives out to the masses. Maybe they would carry a traditional folding knife without lock blade, and this is of course a way step above. So that much about the Ozark Trail, now with Axis lock design.